Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We got our 25th anniversary animation playmat. We got our little potato Caramon helping us out, and we've got the same empty versus monsters EX09 box helping us out, because we're looking at another deck that they suggest you build using majorly the cards from the set. Caramon, it'll make a little sense in a bit, but we're looking at their Abbadomon deck that they suggest you build. And I've got it right here. I've put it in these Omnimon Alter S sleeves, which at the end of Adventure he goes up against Omnimon, so these ones kind of made some sense. And I wasn't planning on using these sleeves, and like I said, I'm trying to get through these sleeves because I buy a lot of them, and they've just kind of been sitting there, and this has been a good chance for me to use them. Anyways, onto the deck. We are going to start out with the Digi-Eggs as always, and we've got 4 copies of Digimon, who has the main effect of breeding main once per turn. You may play 1 Digimon card with Digimon in its text from your hand with the play cost reduced by 2. For each Digimon in your trash or your Digimon's Digivolution cards, further reduce it by 1. Then place this Digimon as the played Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. Breeding all turns, this Digimon can't Digivolve, and effects can't delete or trash it. Inherited effect, opponent's turn, once per turn. When one of your opponent's Digimon attacks, you may change the attack target to one of your Digimon with Digimon in its text. So this one is very interesting in the fact where it's kind of pseudo-Digivolving, where it's in the breeding area, but you can't Digivolve from there. You have to play a Digimon out with the cost reduced by 2, then this one gets played underneath it. The thing to note is that you will not get to draw a card from that, because you're not Digivolving over it, you're like sliding this underneath. Otherwise, this can't be Digivolved, and it can't be deleted. So that was something that was kind of really weird to me. I'm like, how do we get it out? Because I kind of accidentally skipped that last line of the breeding main once per turn effect. But also switching attack targets, that's pretty cool. So now we get on to the rookies, and we're starting off with 4 copies of the EX9 Soundbirdmon. 3 play cost, 0 distribution cost, 1000 DP. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Digimon in its text and 1 card with Abbadomon in its name among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Inherited effect, all turns, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. So using this one in conjunction with the egg, the idea would be to hard play this one out. Then you get to put the Digimon underneath, reducing play costs from 3 to 1. And then you get to reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 2 of them to the hand, hopefully, and the other ones get sent to the bottom. Now the reason why Caramon's here is because in creation of this deck, they say put in 2 of EX6 Kurisarimon, which, that's a little weird to me. He's a 5 play cost, 2 digivolution cost, 5000 DP. When this card would be played from the hand by deleting one of your Digimon with the unidentified trait, reduce the play cost by 3. On a player, when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 3 or less. Inherited effect, on deletion, if this Digimon had the unidentified trait, you may play 1 Diaboromon token without paying the cost. Digimon, cost 14, level 6, white, mega, unknown, unidentified, 3000 DP. So this is like a way out of left field card for the deck. This is one that I would definitely be taken out. Also, it's a champion. We only had our Soundbirdmons as the rookies. So that's kind of weird. I'd probably put in some other rookies and take these ones out, possibly. I don't know. This one is just, it doesn't make enough sense for me. This one is just, I love little noodle boy. Next up, we've got 4 copies of the EX9 Eismon. 7 play cost, 3 digivolution cost, 7000 DP. Digivolve from Eismon scatter mode for a cost of 1. Rush Collision. On deletion, you may return 1 Digimon card with Digimon in its text from your trash to the hand. Assembly -3 for Eismon scatter mode. When this card would be played by placing the specified cards from your trash under it, reduce the play cost. Inherit effect, all turns this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. So the idea would be to, let's look at the next card, and then we'll get back to the idea of that one, actually. We'll hold off for just a second, because we got to look at our last champion, which, give me a second, because it is a little difficult to do, because we have 12 copies of Abbadomon's Scatter Mode from EX9. He's a 5 play cost, 2 Digivolution cost, 4000 DP. On play, by trashing one card with Digimon in its text from your hand, draw 2. Rule, you can include up to 50 copies of cards with this card's number in your deck. Inherit effect, all turns this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. So yeah, we've got 12 copies, and that's why the way this one's going to work, generally the way that you'd want it to, is, again, you hard play it out, and then you put 4 of these from the trash underneath it to reduce the play cost by 4, or by 3. So it goes from 7 to 4, and then if you've got a Digimon in your breeding area, you can slot that underneath it to bring it down to a cost of 2. And that would give it plus 4000 DP, so going from 7000 to 11,000. That is a pretty high attack power. So that's pretty cool. The problem with having 12 of the scatter modes in your deck is that you're going to draw them a lot. And so you could brick a couple times with those. Going on to our ultimates, we have 4 copies of Rarermon from EX9. He is a 7 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 7000 DP. On player, when Digivolving, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. On deletion, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card with Digimon in its text from your hand without paying the cost. For every 2 Digimon in your trash or your Digimon's Digivolution cards, add 1 to this effect's level maximum. Inherit effect, all turns, once per turn. When attack target change, if this Digimon has Abbadomon in its name, it unsuspends. So yeah, this one, we're getting to play a level 4. If we've got 4 Digimons somewhere on our field or in our trash, it goes up to 6. And I say on our field, I don't mean in our breeding area, like underneath Digimon. And just being able to de-Digivolve one of our opponent's Digimon, that's not too bad either. And again, if this is caught early on, we can put one of the Digimon underneath it to go from a 7 play cost to a 5. Then, our next, we're going into our Megas. And we've got 2 copies of Metal Seedramon Ace from EX8. 7 play cost, 4 Digivolution cost, 12,000 DP. Digivolve from level 5 with the DS trait for a cost of 3. None of them have that, so don't worry about it. Hand counter Blasted Digivolution. On player, when Digivolving, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Then return one of their play cost 7 or lower Digimon to the bottom of the deck. All turns, while you have 1 or more memory, none of your opponent's Digimon can suspend. Rule trait has aquatic type, Ace Overflow, -4. This is another one that's kind of out of left field for me. Like, I could definitely see throwing something else in instead of this guy. Next up, we've got 4 that definitely make sense for this deck. And that is Abbadomon Core. Or Abbadomon, not the Abbadomon Core. This is the normal one. Sorry. I was thinking this is the core because that's out there. But no. 11 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 11,000 DP. On player, when Digivolving, if there are 4 or more total Digimon in your trash and your Digimon's Digivolution cards, you may play 1 Abbadomon Core from your hand or trash to your empty breeding area without paying the cost. End of all turns, once per turn, by placing 1 level 6 or lower Digimon card with Digimon in its text from your trash as the Digimon's top Digivolution card. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the same level as the placed card. Assembly -6 for Digimon. So again, if the Digimon are in the trash, we can place all 4 of them underneath this. And then you could use all their abilities once per turn. So with this underneath this, like so. With 4 of them, when your opponent's attacks, you may change the attack target to one of your Digimon with Nigamon in its text. And this one has Nigamon in its text. So that means that we could swap the attack target 4 times to this one. It is only an 11,000 body, so not super big. But yeah, it's okay. Our last Mega is 2 copies of Darkdramon from the LM series. 7 play cost, 4 Digivolution cost, 12,000 DP. Digivolve from level 5 with a Debrigade or Excel trait for a cost of 3. We don't got those, don't worry about it. Hand counter Blast Digivolution. Scapegoat. On player, when Digivolving, Digivolve 1 to your opponent's to one of your opponent's Digimon. Then delete all of their Digimon with the lowest play cost. Ace Overflow -4. Inherited effect, Collision. During this Digimon's attack, give all of your opponent's Digimon blocker, and the opponent blocks a Fable. So that one, it makes a little more sense, but still, if they make some more Abbadomon support, I hope that we get some thing to fill that void with. Final Digimon is we got 4 copies of the Beyond Mega Abbadomon Core. The prices weren't that different between the two, if I remember correctly, so I went ahead and I picked up some of the alt arts. Because I was like, why not? 15 play cost, 5 Digivolution cost, 15,000 DP. Digivolve from Abbadomon for a cost of 4. Breeding opponent's turn. When one of your opponent's Digimon attacks by returning 4 Nigamon from your trash or your Digimon's Digivolution cards to the bottom of the deck, to the bottom of the egg deck, this Digimon moves to the battle area. Collision, Piercing, Security Attack +1, Reboot, Blocker. When moving or when Digivolving or when attacking. By placing 3 level 6 or lower Digimon cards with Nigamon in their text from your trash of the Digimon's top Digivolution cards, delete all of your opponent's lowest level Digimon. So yeah, this guy definitely sounds like a boss to me. If you can get the deck optimized, I think he's really good. Going on to the Tamers, we've got 4 copies of the starter deck 15 tie. He's a 4 play cost, start of your turn. If you have 2 or fewer memory, set to 3. All turns, when an attack target is switched, by suspending this Tamer, draw 1 and one of your Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP until the end of the turn. Security, play this card without paying the cost. So this is one where I'm like, I'd probably take 2 of them out. Put a different Tamer in, because we've got 2 memory left set to 3. After you get one of them out, they don't do anything. The second bit, that's real good. It works with the deck, but I feel very weird with that type of stuff. Going on to the option cards, here's one that I don't think that we've seen them suggest put into a deck, and that is 2 copies of one of the double color memory boosts, this one being Garnet. 3 play cost. Black also meets this card's color requirements. Main, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 red or black Digimon card among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Then place this card in the battle area. Main delay, gain 2 memory. Security, place this card in the battle area. So this one's made to be used as a searcher. No doubt there. And personally, I would use black memory boost, except they already want you to have 4 copies of black memory boost in here. So yeah, that's why the Garnet's in here. 3 play cost. Main, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 black Digimon card among them to the hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. Then place this card in the battle area. Main delay, gain 2 memory. Security, place this card in the owner's battle area. I don't think I said that on this one, but it is the same. Place this card in the battle area. So yeah, so we've technically got 6 that kind of do the same thing. The only difference is that this one's 3 cards, this one's 4 cards you get to search through. So definitely go for black over the Garnet. The reason why this one's only 3 is I think because it's dual colored, so it can work for red and it can work for black. So they wanted to kind of power it down a bit by making it only 3 cards instead of 4. The final card in the deck is another one from the starter deck 15, this one being Trident Arm. 6 play cost, main, de-digivolve 3, one of your opponent's Digimon, Then until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gains start of your main phase. This Digimon attacks. Security, Digivolve 3, one of your opponent's Digimon. So this one, I do always like having 2 cards, like option cards, in my deck that don't help my win condition. Something that's going to disrupt my opponents. And I like having 2 of those so that if I'm backed into a corner, if something's not going right, then I can play those out and maybe I can get things going back on track. Or if we're at kind of a stalemate, like play one of these down, they digivolve their big guy, and then say, yeah, that guy's going to attack, or like whichever one is the next one to be the threat, you tell that one to attack, and with your Abbadomon core, who has a blocker, like they have to attack, you block with Abbadomon core, they get deleted, problem solved. So yeah, regardless of what deck I'm building, I always like having 2 cards in a deck that kind of just disrupts my opponents. Like, purely disrupts. Like, I'm not talking about like with Diaboromons, where it's like, when this happens, delete one of my opponent's Digimon. I'm saying like some card that doesn't do anything for the combos, but is just going to disrupt my opponent. I like having 2 of those cards in every deck I build, just because I feel like it's a necessary thing to have. Before we head out, as always, we got to open up a pack, and we got another one of the Store Tournament 2026 Volume 1 participation packs. So let's see what we can get out of this one. And in this one, we got Flame Inferno. This is a Creepymon card, I believe. 9 play cost. When this card would be used, if your opponent has 10 or more cards in their trash, reduce the cost by 3. Main, delete one of your opponent's level 6 or lower Digimon. Then, by deleting one of your evil, Fallen Angel trait Digimon, you may play one Creepymon from your trash without paying the cost. The Digimon this effect played gains Rush and Blocker until your opponent turns ends. Security, activate this card's main effect. I mean, it's going to be used in a Creepymon deck, not too much else, because outside of that, it's just going to be delete one of your opponent's level 6 or lower Digimon. And that's a 9 play cost, which is a lot. In purple, it's not too crazy, though, because you're asking if your opponent has 10 or more cards in their trash. So I would say not all, but some purple decks also trash your opponent's deck. So that makes this one not too terrible to imagine happening. But still, 6 play costs just to delete a level 6 or lower. I don't think that's real great. So this would definitely be used for a Creepymon deck. But with that out of the way, let me know what you guys think of this deck. What would you change? Again, that Kurisarimon, like, I gotta take it out. Like, as much as I like the boy, like, putting out a Diaboromon token's not gonna help. And the only unidentified, I think, are the high-level things. Because, yeah, this one's Virus. Theta. Yep, unidentified. This one is Virus. And this one is unidentified. So, yeah, you'd be literally taking out one of your big guys to play out a Kurisarimon. That one doesn't make any sense. So that would definitely come out, I think. But again, let me know what you guys think of this deck. Let me know what you guys would modify about it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. As always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a good old thumbs up. Hit that like button. If you haven't, please do subscribe. I really do appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. The algorithm loves it. Don't forget to hit the bell icon because we upload videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And as always, until then, I will see you next time.